Okay, cheers. Hello, everybody. My name's Alexandra.
And my name's Angelica.
And this is Legends of Yesterday. Now, if you...
What do we do on Legends of Yesterday?
I'm getting to it.
Oh, okay. Patience.
If you've been here before, you know that we talk about histories, mysteries, ghost stories, all about Florida, even weird Florida laws, and all of that stuff in between. Now, today, if you know, it's Angelica's month, right?
Yes.
Which is funny because it's my birthday month.
Whoa!
So for me, this is a gift.
Guess what, guys? You won't guess this.
What?
She's turning 30.
I'm turning 30. Wee, confetti.
Yeah. No longer a child.
No.
She's been telling me that things are like hurting on her, and she's like, why? This hurts. Oh no. And I'm like, welcome.
Okay, but also just like in general,
What can I
things
say?
hurt on me.
You're welcome.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, it's not just because I'm turning 30. It's also because I was tired. But yeah, we're back in March. We took a February break.
Yes.
Seasons of love.
Thank you for waiting too, because we have also been working on other cool projects.
Yes, we have been. So some of those are going to be getting released actually next week. We're going to be doing something for Friday the 13th, actually. So look forward to that vertically challenged episode.
Vertically set episode.
It's great. It's going to be great. So
and if you're looking for something that's purely audio, then we have been working on something very special with Mako Media called Steam Unscripted.
Yes, Steam Unscripted is a podcast that we started with Mako Media over at Nova Southeastern University that basically combines science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. Mm-hmm. So we have been interviewing different people who work over at NSU. We have also have a lineup of people that work outside of NSU that combined the arts with their science practices. So if you really enjoy that, you can go and listen. It's live on Spotify now. Steam Unscripted, STEAM Unscripted. I'll have it linked down below. And those are educational conversations that we have about everything in between involving STEAM.
So if you're interested in learning more about health sciences, medical sciences, and seeing some professionals, experts also try their hand at improv,
yes,
then I would check it out.
Now, back to this episode. If you're new here, then we always do our history episode or our factual episode on the beginning of the month. And then we have our history, mystery, ghost story, true crime-ish story at the second half of the month, since we post twice a month. Except for this month, because it's my birthday month and I want to do something fun.
Oh, okay. Because it's 3 times a month.
Now, this month, it's the third month.
Okay.
Because it's not always Friday the 13th, which is when we're going to be posting a additional present episode.
Yeah. And this episode, too, was inspired by a friend of ours and a listener, Joey. Thank you so much for...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Thank you for submitting, actually telling me about this story or this topic. I'm really excited, and there's a lot of cool information about it.
Yeah, just to rehash the rules of this show, whoever's week it is to tell the story, we do not tell the other sister what it is, who it is, or anything in between. I think the only hint I gave before my last episode was, yikes, it's a doozy.
The only one I gave her is BF.
Yeah, she gave me BF, which immediately made me think of white chicks. I'm going to have a BF.
Oh no, she's going to have a BF.
Oh my God, no.
You know they're going to make a new scary...
I'm going to write a letter to Mr. Hilton.
They're going to make a new scary movie.
I am so...
Yeah.
I think it was like 3:00 in the morning. Mm-hmm. I was alone in my room, like with my phone to my face on TikTok, and I saw the Wayans brothers, and I'm like,
yep.
No.
Yep.
And at first it was like that. It's the promo is the clip of Megan like doing a dance, and it's like a really like bad Megan mask, and or like cheesy Megan mask, and then you see like it scream and it stabs the girl, and she's like, can you like move or something?
I don't think I saw that.
It's really funny. And like that clip was there. And at first I thought it was a promo for Scream, the new Scream movie coming out.
That's something I love, because I don't think a world where Scream can exist should exist without Scary Movie. Yeah. Because Scream, like, that's the whole basis.
Just to pick up audio a little bit better.
Can you tell what's different than before?
Yeah, you got to move her microphone closer. But anyways.
Battle with me. Okay, so BF.
Let's have a
BF. And thank you, Joey, for telling me about this.
Secrets.
Yes. So this episode, first, I want you guys to think about this. Yes, I wrote everything here, so any bad jokes, I'm the only one to blame.
She writes out her bad jokes.
Yeah, because it's fun. I have fun when I'm alone on the computer.
Okay. We have fun here.
So we all know with Wicked being all the rage again, this time as 2 feature films, and I think the third one is on its way. Is there a third one? I don't know. I thought there was going to be a third one.
I have no idea.
Anyway, it's all the rage, right?
Sure.
Green versus pink.
Oh, green and pink. Even Pillsbury had those like cookies or something, and they were in the shape of Alphaba and Glinda and stuff.
Everything was green and pink.
I just know the musical. I didn't ever watch the films.
Me yet either. But because of Wicked being all the rage, we know the story of Wizard of Oz. So we know about Dorothy's journey down the yellow brick road.
Yeah, that girl.
So I want you guys to picture that. You're walking down the yellow brick road. But now, imagine the yellow brick road turns into sand and coastline. And instead of ruby slippers, we get bare feet.
Ew.
BF.
Oh my God.
I did it. Okay. And instead of Dorothy, we get a handful of, I'm imagining, very
it's like
hairy,
a nasty old man.
Adult men.
Oh, I was right. Ooh,
I wrote here, I hope Alexandra reacts here.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. Instead of like adorable young women, no, let's get a nasty, sweaty man with hairy feet. Ugh. I don't like feet, by the way, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah, which made this extra special. Okay. So today we're talking about the Barefoot Mailman. Have you
heard of this?
Okay, cool.
I don't remember why, but I don't remember what it is, but I know that term or that name.
Okay. Right? I didn't really know what it was before starting this either, but it sounded super familiar.
Yeah.
And I have a spoiler. One of these mailmen
is not like the other.
Because they were never seen again.
What?
They were never seen again. Anyway. All right. So enjoy my joke. So imagine this is Florida in the 1880s. And we've been jumping around Florida, especially with my episodes. I feel like we've been going way back. And
I want my baby back.
And the last episode we did focused, I think it was on the 1700s with those...
yeah, it was that butt face.
Yeah, the butt face.
I didn't like him. Not nice man.
If you know, you know. If you don't, go back and listen
to
that
liar
episode.
Boy.
So, like we know from previous pioneer stories in Florida, a lot of the area in Florida as they were coming in the 1800s, it wasn't really developed in the way that we see today. Like there's still a lot of swampland.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Mr. Broward has not made his way onto the scene yet. Because of that, because there's so much Everglades land and like watery land.
Yeah.
A lot of the Floridians are living along the coast.
Right, yeah.
So remember when I talked about...
Pioneer homes.
Yeah, the pioneer homes. So I want like you guys to imagine Florida is a peninsula. What? It means it's kind of surrounded by water, except the part where it's connected by land.
Oh my
crazy.
God.
So a lot of the areas that people lived were on that border.
Yeah. Right by the water.
Yeah.
Right by the sea creatures.
Exactly. Exactly that. So if we're thinking about this story and where this story is going to take place, we're talking about what's known today as Palm Beach.
Okay.
And back then it was known as like the Lake Worth area. Like,
yeah, because even like now, if there's a delivery made over there, fun fact, there's a delivery made over by Palm Beach. Sometimes it labels it as Lake Worth.
Interesting.
Yeah, because there's still parts of Palm Beach that are technically labeled as Lake Worth, even though you are in Palm Beach County. Yeah.
A lot of these areas, I guess, as people bought land and as people, did things with the land, you'll hear things that are very familiar and very large. But as they became segmented, they become smaller, I guess you could say. Because another place that we're talking about here is Miami. So we're talking about Miami and Palm Beach. And before now, it was called Fort Dallas specifically. We're getting like hyper specific to downtown Miami.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. In general, we could call most of South Florida Dade. Dade County.
Oh, yeah. It was mostly Dade County.
Yeah.
And then people got mad about their alcohol laws. That's really what happened.
Okay. And so here's the thing. We have our feelings about Mr. Flagler.
Yeah. Go listen to those. Those are like way earlier episodes about Henry Flagler and all the shenanigans he did. Yikers.
So the thing is before Flagler came around with his railroads going all around South Florida, the only or the lowest or farthest south that a rail line would go was Jacksonville.
Right. Yeah.
So there wasn't even like real established roads in the area in South Florida or anything like that. So I want you to picture that. We're still not in a place with roads. We don't have railroads. We have boats going around, tugboats, steamboats, all the things.
Yeah, the steamboats were a big thing. That's why Broward was building so many canals, because then you would travel by steamboat everywhere. Yeah.
And the thing is some people could say, like, why would you need a railroad? Why would you need roads? Because at the time, this area, Dade County, had less than 500 people in the area. So people aren't thinking,
that makes sense. Like, why do I need that?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Flagler's like, trade, more millions, thank you.
But this posed a problem because people in the area did still need to communicate, obviously. And people might have known each other, or they're so separated because we know this. Florida's big.
Yeah.
We don't even, like, it's a pain for, if you're not a Floridian, you don't know this, but it's kind of like a pain for us to commute.
Yeah, it's not like Chicago. Like, if you're in Miami and you're based in Miami, that's awesome because you can walk a lot of places in Miami and get there.
But I'm talking like Palm Beach.
No, but
Miami,
that's what I'm saying. I mean? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, if you're in Chicago, it's easier for you to walk around Chicago,
in the city, any city.
in the cities and stuff like that. But Florida, everything is very far apart.
Right.
So, like,
we're a big state.
Yeah, for us, it takes 45 minutes to get to Miami.
Yeah,
on an off day. Yeah, and then sometimes if it's really nice, it's 30 minutes maybe.
Yeah, like
we were going to the Miami Book Fair, and we were doing stuff with the kids over there, performances for improv, and on Friday it was awful. Traffic was awful at 9 o'clock in the morning. It was really, really bad. Yeah. And then
it's Friday during heavy commute hour.
Friday 9 a.m. Sunday at 9 a.m. we got there in 20 minutes. So one of them, it literally took an hour and a half to get there on Friday, and then on Sunday it took 20 minutes. So that's us. That's Florida.
Now imagine the commute without like anything.
Yeah,
we have nothing.
Dirt road.
Yes, dirt road. So because everything was so separated,
the
way that the U.S. mail really operated was like sending mail systematically, because mail at the time...
Pigeon?
Like, actually, why didn't they think of that? That's crazy.
Dolphin?
No. The dolphin will read your mail, and then...
Yeah, you know that dolphin's going to read your mail.
So...
If you know, you know.
Let me kind of read this out, because... Okay. So they would be... Because the way it moved, I'm just going to paint this out, because this is kind of like how I'm imagining it.
Doodle time.
Doodle time. So I want you to think like Miami to Palm Beach to like going even further north. And the goal of and this would all be by boat.
Yeah.
U.S. mail. And then the goal would be to get to the railroad in Jacksonville, like that northern area. Then it would go to the west. And from the west, we would go downstate again. So we would go all the way down via boat until we reach Key West. Then when we reach the Keys, it goes back again to Miami. So that's kind of like the cycle that we're creating.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big thing. It's like when we do the history tours, people ask about mail, because we talk about the mail services when we get over to the old Davie school. And anytime any of the kids or students like in the morning tours were asking questions about the mail, they're like, yeah, but, and I go, how long do you think it took for someone to get a letter in like Canada? Because people were coming here from Canada, and they're like, I don't know, like a day. And I was like, months.
and that's exactly what it was. So so this is just within Florida, and like your mail is moving counterclockwise.
Yeah,
and the mail is being caught from wherever, like if it's Key West.
It's being caught. You guys, for those of you that are just listening on, oh no, we have it on, I always forget that I also post the video on Spotify.
People can see us. Wow.
Hey.
But that's the thing. So if we're sending something from Havana, right, in Cuba, we might catch it from Key West.
I love that you say catch it. Every time you say catch it, I think of something like, whoop.
Well, that's kind of the way I think about it. Like, those old-timey cartoons?
Yes, exactly. Like, okay, someone's in Cuba, we're in Miami, and then someone from Cuba just goes, what? And then someone in Miami goes, got it. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
And then when we get to Jacksonville, where the railroad is, then we're getting stuff trickling down from the north.
Those words are crazy. We get it trickling down. Imagine a bunch of mail going.
That's cute.
And then handing.
Yeah. I think it's so cute.
I know.
But
I can tell.
But through all that, through the trickling and catching and all the things, it takes about 2 months. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not even that.
It depends on the storms, too.
But here's the thing.
Is this episode all about the U.S. Postal Service?
A little bit. A little bit.
I'm interested.
Support U.S. mail. Okay.
I am in on this one.
Fantastic. So, the U.S. Postal Service, they made a discovery. They found out at least...
A discovery of witches? Sorry.
They found out at least from Palm Beach to Miami how to bring down the time to 1 week. From 2 months to 1 week receiving your mail.
Pigeon.
Guaranteed. Not pigeon.
Barefoot man on beach.
Yes! That's it! You got it! Okay.
Barefoot man on beach walking barefoot man beach.
And the thing is too with this barefoot man, bear.
Someone's having a stroke.
Yeah. Barefoot man is that it's man solo.
Man,
it's a solo.
One dude.
It's one dude. Because you gotta think about
what
it.
What if he gets hurt?
All by him.
All by myself.
He's gonna be
all by himself with your mail.
So to get the mail delivered in just 1 week meant whoever took the job had to go from the Palm Beaches, Miami, and back again in about 6 days.
Yikers.
So it's 3 days there, 3 days back. But on the 7th day, they get the day off.
Like God?
Yeah. Like,
That's crazy. Because he did it in only a week.
The whole trip was about 136 miles. So there's one guy that reported that he did 70,000 miles in a year.
Oh, he got his steps in.
Yep. Got his steps in. Actually,
70,000 in a year?
Miles. Yes. In a year.
Oh, miles.
Yeah, not steps. I was like, wait a minute.
I had a moment of like hearing 70,000 steps in a year, and I was like, that's only 7 days.
And the thing is like, imagine walking. They are walking. They are not taking any form of transportation. 6 days solid, and then just 1 day
But
vacation.
how does that how is walking faster than a bicycle? Were bicycles around by that time?
They didn't have roads.
So
What are they going to ride a bicycle on?
off-road biking.
They didn't have that technology back then, Sandra.
What if they put a bunch of paddles on a wheel and then they could go down the beach? Because at the time they didn't have those fluffy tires. Look, I'm an innovator, and I'm just saying, pigeon.
That's the thing. Like, there's no way we can get like a car down there.
That's wild.
There's no buggies. There's no.
I guess like, if there's also carriage. Like at that time, everyone like for war and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like everyone had to go into war or something like that. Wasn't that how it was back then? Am I wrong?
I'm not sure about this period specifically. I didn't do the research about war.
No, I know that's a me thing. No, because like is someone who's not. How do you train for that? You know what I mean? And how do you know for a fact that someone will be able to make it? Mm-hmm. So they had to either train them, or they're like, I guess people who were working for them were former soldiers. That's like something that
you are wrong on both accounts.
They didn't even train them. They just went walk.
As far as I'm aware, there is a book, which I think I name later, that describes more in detail, but no. They did not. As far as I've researched, they do not do that. Okay, on to the story. And it would be down the Atlantic side of Florida, so the east side. Then they'd have, this is the more dangerous part, it would be rivers, inlets, and for those waterways, they would have like a small wooden boat that they would have like waiting for them.
Oh, I was like that they carried with them.
No. Like they had it prepped.
I don't know how brutal their life was.
Then, as we know, like anything you would see in the Everglades, so like dense forested areas, mangrove trees, and things like that would be there. And then the Hillsborough Inlet is the most dangerous leg of the journey. Mm-hmm. So it's the inlet, but it's like it's notorious for being like very uneven
terrain.
No. Water.
Yeah, waves.
Currents. That's the word. So that's the most dangerous aspect, but we're also thinking about like the animals that they might have encountered as well. Mm-hmm. And we'll talk a little bit about that later.
Yeah, because let us remind everyone the kind of animal. Oh, no, you're going to talk about it later?
Yeah.
Okay, then I won't say
I have a whole list.
About the animals about it?
Okay.
What are animals?
We're going through...
Basically Australia over here.
Yeah, we are. We're like the Australia
I'm just saying.
of the United States.
We're just U.S. Australia.
Now there's Puerto Rico, and that's like a whole new
Puerto
world.
Rico has some crazy animals too.
Like they're like us.
Aww. They are us.
And I mean, like in terms of like tropical environment and forested and stuff. And so they're dealing with all this crazy terrain and environment, and they're barefoot. They're barefoot the entire time.
I hate that.
So there are
sorry. I'm like doing this to my foot because I'm like, la 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 la.
There's a couple of reasons why they went barefoot for this.
Okay.
So the first thing that you need to know is that before they were called Barefoot Mailmen, they were called beach walkers.
That's ominous.
Oh, yeah.
That's really ominous.
It's like White Walkers from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, they're called beach walkers because you'll find them for the most part of their journey walking along the beach. And they would say or some say that they would walk closer to the coastline itself rather than up on the beach because the sand was dense from the water. So it became like an easier path. Like it wouldn't be too hard. But then their shoes would get wet, obviously. And the sand would get in there. Like regardless of how dense it would still soak their shoes.
And if you're hiking or traveling or camping, you never let your feet or your socks get wet.
Mm-hmm. And that's the other thing. The material would get rotted. They could suffer infection by keeping their shoes on. It was just a whole bunch of things. And even though they wouldn't wear shoes, they were known. And there's, I guess, like paintings of the Barefoot Mailman and statues with them like carrying their shoes. Like, so their shoes were laced and attached to
See, that's what I think I know. I think I've seen the statues in something. I don't think I've ever seen that in person, but I think I've like seen that statue of like a barefoot dude with a thing in his shoes.
Does he have a mustache?
I don't know. Oh, he does. Does that help with the aerodynamics of travel or something? Or?
So the thing is whenever they reached town, they would, in like any building, they would put their shoes back on. So they'd be barefoot out, put shoes in. And I wrote, no shoes, no shirt, no service, even back then.
Joey, you're just such a comedian. It's so crazy.
I know.
Wow. Thank God we got those years of training behind us.
Yeah. It really pays off and it shows.
Anyway, so the U.S. Postal Service and these mail guys.
So, you might be asking yourself, why would anyone want to do this?
Money.
That's 100% it. That's 100% it. You got it. Ding, 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 ding. So I want to warn you, the pay wasn't great.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
they're barefoot, exhausted. Their feet are probably cut up and bleeding. And they have to wear shoes inside now. And the pay's not great. So were they at least fed well?
I did like a little bit of research and I was like,
do they get a hug every once in a while?
I hope so.
I really hope so.
I hope they get a hug. So what was stated is that they get paid more than people in the area.
Okay.
But it's pretty bad.
Like bad by our standards? Or?
By our standards, because...
Oh, because back then, was it pretty good?
I did the today money analysis.
Oh.
So my today money, not good. But I will say, okay, first let me read out. So, their pay is $600 a year.
Which today would be?
$21,000 today in today's money. Right? So that's
I guess that's appropriate because the cost of living was way less. And
that's what I want to think, because like then again, there's no railroads, there's nothing like that. So the way that people are paying for things, I don't know the economics.
The taxes insanely less also.
Yeah. And a lot of people were getting incentives to move there and things like that. I don't know. I don't know the economics of the time. I know this right here, right now.
Right, but by our standards, that's insane.
It's pretty bad. Yeah, but it was at the time more than what like
your average person,
a lighthouse keeper would get.
Okay, yeah.
So I want to say, I don't know if it was 100 or
I would hope so.
More a year.
Yeah, you would hope so.
It was 100 more a year than a lighthouse keeper.
Did they get medical or anything?
Oh yeah, in the 1885 medical, all the rage.
Yeah, but what if they get like bit by a rattlesnake? Do they have to pay for that? Do you know what I mean?
They die.
That's insane. No.
Okay.
You don't always die by a snake bite. Oh.
Here's the other thing. A lot of people were enticed by the money.
Yeah.
To start. So much so that there was like a bid.
And more money, more problems.
There was a bid for it. On the other hand, there's a lot of men who have families, farms, they're already settled. So you see a lot of newer folks coming in. They're taking this job because like they don't have anything established quite yet. But the thing is as soon as the men who took the job with an awesome pay figured out how hard the job was, obviously they were a little disappointed. Right?
Uh-huh.
But
like no one warned them before they signed up for it?
Like I think they knew but they didn't know.
Ugh, like, always read the fine print. Men.
I can handle it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm working for the U.S. Postal Service. Da-da-da. Da-da-da.
Barefoot.
Da-da-da. Yeah, BF. So, when they signed up to be a beach walker, a mail carrier, right? They had to sign a year contract. So for that year, they're signed on. They make that $600 guaranteed for the year, as long as they are able to make that 6-week turnover, right? Or I'm sorry, 6-day turnover.
And if they can't, you get publicly shamed and executed.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Oh.
But every single person who signed up to be a mail carrier did not renew their contract. Not one single person renewed after a year.
I got one thing to say to the U.S. Postal Service.
What?
Pigeon. Literally, their whole job is to fly.
So, talking about the people who served as mail carriers. All right. So, I have like a little list here. So, the list is Edwin Ruthven Bradley is our first one. And
does he have a honkin' mustache?
I don't know. And
he sounds like he would.
Here's the thing. So there's one, and I'll explain it when I get to him on the list, because I'm going in order chronologically.
Yeah.
But
I'm just saying that sounds like a guy with a mustache.
Maybe.
That was my only comment.
So like we only have really record like visual, as far as we know, of one guy.
Yeah, that's fine.
All the Barefoot Mailmen are based off of one guy in terms of our modern understanding of who they are. Because he's really the only one who kept record. You know what I mean? And then like afterward, he would talk about it and his family would talk about it. You know? So one of his ancestors is like, I feel kind of bad because like there were a lot of people who served and he's the only one that we have a visual of. Like even...
Did like the rest of them go MIA or did they like complete the task and then quit?
So hold on. So the first one... like I said, was Edwin Ruthven Bradley. So he was the first one.
Again, he sounds like he has a huge mustache.
Did not renew his contract. So,
okay,
whoa, $600 gig, open season once more. Then comes James Ed Hamilton.
Does not have a huge mustache.
So he took over
has sideburns. Don't look like that. I'm describing what I think they look like. He
took over from Bradley in 1887.
Okay.
And his story becomes very important in episode 2. Dun, dun, dun. Then we have Charles W. Pierce. And he served alongside...
Thin mustache.
Wrong.
He's the one with the big mustache? Boo.
So, Charles W. Pierce served alongside Andrew Garnett. And so they served at the same time. And I'll explain why later. But Charles was the most historically documented participant in the mail carrier service. And so he wrote his memoir, Pioneer Life in Southeast Florida.
Oh, he wrote a book about it, and that's why he's the one that people know about.
Yes. Okay. And that was published in 1970. And, yeah. And it was based on diaries him and his mother kept. Aww. So I actually don't know. I didn't look into this. I don't know who in his family published this.
But someone in the family published. He didn't himself publish it.
I don't know. The diaries are from 1872 to 1893. But that's not long after these circumstances. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His ancestor today, the one who I'm going to be talking about a ton for the next 2 episodes, or this episode and the next episode, his name is Harvey Oyer III. Super cool guy.
His ancestor or descendant?
Anyway, he's an awesome dude. So he is actually a lawyer, and his dad was called Mr. Boynton. And he was a lawyer too.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
cool.
Cute.
Yeah, it's very cute. And like he's keeping the history alive today for kids. So like he has his own little series of books for kids to educate them on the history of Florida. Very cool. I really like it. Anyway, so that's Charles W. Pierce. So any representation of any person we see from the Barefoot Mailman. It's going to be a representation of Charles W. Pierce. Just heads up. And Harvey, his descendant, says that it's kind of unfortunate because, you know, so many people work so hard. He was just there for like a little slice of time, and he was only like he was sharing it with someone else. So,
I see.
So then we have other people involved, like George Charter, Bob Duhit, Dan McHarley, Frederick Malthus, Otto Malthus, George Sears, and a carrier who is known as Stadford.
That's it? Like share.
Yeah, and this is from westpalmbeach.com. You can check it out. Check out the history.
That's wild.
So it's super important to realize that these guys were treated like local heroes. They worked for the U.S. Postal Service.
Wasn't there a cartoon?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Am I wrong?
No, that sounds familiar. You know what?
I guess not.
I'm kind of thinking maybe we saw it as a cartoon.
There's a song called The Barefoot Mailman.
Oh, wow. I'm wondering if we saw it as like a short. You know how cartoons had their shorts back in the day?
Yeah. Someone else posted something about the Barefoot Mailman official teaser, and they posted it last week.
I know.
What is that?
I'm going to talk about it. Put your phone away. Okay. So back to the history. Back to the history.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like one of those weird old HBO cartoons or something. Remember in the morning, the Saturday cartoons, the whatever box cartoons?
Yeah. I could even imagine it being older, like a Disney cartoon,
I don't remember.
Something like that. Anyway, so not only are these guys the only source of communication that these communities had to like swap information.
Yeah, pre-phone.
Yeah, pre-phone. Pre-fast. But they were also survivors.
Yeah, because that's brutal.
So what was interesting to me was we hear a lot about like the Pony Express and the Wild West and all that stuff. But this is like the wild Southeast, you know, like you don't really hear about these guys as being like these like cool hardened dudes that are like out in the wilderness doing their thing, like trying to survive in this time where like, you know, like I guess civilization hasn't reached like new technology, the Industrial Revolution hasn't really like hit that area yet. You know what I mean? So they're like trying to traverse this land. So obviously like there's not a lot for the law, like there's not a lot of law.
It's a lawless area.
Yeah. So like thinking about that kind of community, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
gunslingers.
And so okay, think about like more of the dangers coming from the environment rather than your fellow person. I guess we could have danger with our fellow person, but a lot of it is coming from the environment. Nature is coming at them from every angle.
Nature, she attacks.
Yeah, while their little toesies are exposed.
I hate that. Feet getting hurt. I can't look at it. And sometimes people do like stuff barefoot, and I'm like, it hurts.
And I want to put a disclaimer here. We do think they're really cool, the mailman, even though we're talking a lot about their feetsies.
No, I know. It's a thing.
Because we don't want any Boy Scouts to be angry at us, because every year today they still take the same trail.
That's great, but with shoes on, huh?
Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's not real representation.
They also don't have to worry about natural hazards, right?
Yeah, there's probably a road.
Here.
They're probably walking on a road.
Here we go.
These men were barefoot.
Here we go. I'm going to get to the animals. You want to hear about the animals, right?
Yeah, I want to hear about the aminos.
Okay. First one we had was alligators.
Yep, American alligator.
Yeah, that's number one. And obviously
those suckers are everywhere.
Yeah, and especially like it wasn't canaled up yet, right?
Yeah, it was super swampy back then.
Exactly. So they're everywhere. Then we have venomous snakes. So we have cottonmouths. We have
water moths.
Rattlesnakes. Like you talked about rattlesnake bites.
Yeah, rattlesnakes everywhere. You die.
We have Florida Panthers.
Yeah.
We have...
Yeah, but they're so pretty.
They are until they're in their face mauling you because they think you're pretty.
Oh, your food. That's it. They need to live.
You're giving service by feeding the cats.
Oh, it's just a little miso.
So those are some of the animals. Then we have hurricanes.
That's wild. So they were walking in hurricanes? Oh.
Well, it's supposed. It's speculated.
They think that they did probably tropical storms
because like they don't like super.
They didn't keep record of a lot of hurricanes back then,
and they found out late most of the time that something was coming. You know, they just thought it was a stormy day, and a lot of these people again that are coming in, they're not from Florida. They don't understand what it's like here. Then they have summer and like being dehydrated because even though brutal. water everywhere, but not a drop to drink, you know?
Yeah.
You didn't like that?
No, I did. That was great, but also terrifying. Sounded like a horror movie.
You're going to love this one. Mosquitoes and no-see-ums.
Neoseums?
Yeah.
I hate neoseums.
So actually, I was looking at it, and there's like evidence that people would like totally abandon settlements or like sites that they were.
Yeah, because they're a parasite.
Pretty bad.
Disgusting. I hate them. And they're tiny, and they don't let you go. And then they bite your arms, and they like your arms. I don't know why they like your. And then they bite right here, right here in your eye. What is that? What is that?
And you can't see them.
You can't see them because neoseums.
And then finally, and the most fun that they love to talk about in these stories are the sharks. So
yeah, because bull sharks ricochet out of the water.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So
they go like this.
The Hillsborough Inlet is one of the things they had to cross, and it was known to have bull sharks.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of many sharks, actually, because they're normally pretty, like, to themselves, like alligators, except they're not as lazy as alligators, so it's harder for you to run away from them. But bull sharks come out of the water to grab things from the beach and pull it back. Do killer whales do the same thing? I know that they kind of, like... I know that they jump to get things, but for some reason I feel like they also kind of like they won't beach themselves, but they'll like kind of like get up on a sand thing or what like yeah. Anyways, I'm afraid of those too. There's literally I'm afraid of very little things in the ocean. I'm afraid of the ocean itself because it's so wild, and it's like space but down there. Did you ever hear that theory?
What?
That the ocean is like space.
Kind of
like the parallel universe of it or something,
I didn't
or like
hear that one.
Like it's like if you were in space you would end up in the ocean, like if you keep going or something like that.
That's crazy.
It's wild, and I don't think it's true,
because we don't know enough about our own planet.
We only know how much of the ocean? Not even 90%. I think we only know about 80% of the ocean.
I think less.
70?
I don't know.
No, yeah, you're right, less.
Viewers.
It's scary. Yeah. And they keep finding islands under the water.
But even thinking about the Hillsborough Inlet, this is noted as over and over again the most dangerous area.
Yeah, because of all the currents.
And exactly. So there would be tide swells that would happen without notice. And the mailman would have to keep a small wooden boat. That got them across. Yeah. And it was their only way to cross that little boat. And it was also really scary because it was so far away from, like we said, like there's no one there to help you.
Civilization.
Yeah. And they're all traveling solo. So no one's there to help you if you get into danger. And eventually the worst did happen to someone.
Oh my God.
And it was Ed Hamilton. And it happened when he tried to cross the Hillsborough Inlet. But you'll hear about that on the next episode. Until then, I want to talk a little bit.
Until the
next episode. I want to talk about some cool things that we have as a legacy from these Barefoot Mailmen.
Shoes.
Yes, we should wear shoes. Thank you, Sandra.
That's not what I'm saying. Did they like how moms do for babies? Do they like bronze their shoes?
I don't know.
Because they can never wear them.
Interesting. That would be interesting.
That'd be crazy if they did that.
So to wrap up the Barefoot Mailman.
Yeah.
they came to an end pretty quickly. So thinking about it, it was
brutal, dude.
Yeah, they were in service for less than 10 years.
Okay.
By January,
it's too much of a hazard.
Yes, by January 1893, there was finally a road completed. What? So this road went through Lantana to Lemon City, and it lets mule transport.
Hell yeah.
Send letters back and forth. And get this, they brought down their transportation time by 1 day.
Because of mules.
Because of the mules. So this obviously put the Barefoot Mailman out of business. I'm sure happily so. And eventually Flagler came to town, of course. And by the time that the railroads were in service, mail transport went down to like a matter of hours. So that's not the end of the Barefoot Mailman's legacy. Because as you researched already through your phone,
I just found a title.
They some things that came from the Barefoot Mailman afterward is obviously I know I talked about the Boy Scout hike. So every year
maybe that's where I heard about it from, because we had a lot of Boy Scouts in our elementary school. So this has been going on for over 56 years. Yeah. And they do a little bit of the hike that the mailman just
would do.
A little bit.
Well, it's 6 days.
Do you love your country?
Wow.
Are you
the only way to show it? The only way to show it. Are you
a true American?
Wow.
Take off your shoes. Go walk.
Oh my gosh. Then
you little car using, road using hikers.
Then
with your hydration and buildings and air conditioning. These men suffer for your mail. Okay, I'm done.
Cool. Then in 1939, the muralist Stephen Donos was commissioned by the U.S. Treasury Department to create murals based off of the Barefoot Mailman.
That's cool.
The thing is, again, it's based off of that one guy, that one mailman.
Mustache
man. Then in 1943, Theodore Pratt brought or made the Barefoot Mailman legendary because he released a book called
The Barefoot Mailman?
Yeah, that. Okay. So because he wrote that book, people started to see them as like superstars because you remember Bubby's books with the cowboys and stuff?
Yeah. All her old westerns and everything. It's like one of those.
From what I ascertained.
It's like the adventures of the Barefoot Mailman.
Okay. Exactly. So we're following like one guy as he barefoots and mailmans, you know? And later, this was turned into a film by Columbia Pictures in 1951. And it was filmed entirely in Florida. So it was filmed in Silver Springs, Biscayne Bay, and maybe Naples. But mostly those two parts. Okay. Not exciting?
Stop asking me to be more. Stop asking more of me. You know, I'm doing enough.
You're giving me more in interruption areas, and then like when I'm waiting for a reaction.
Yeah, because I am not your script, Angelica. I am a person that reacts in the moment to things, and where you want me to be excited, I'm absorbing information in history.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha. So anyway, I watched a little bit of Barefoot Mailman. And it's kind of interesting. Obviously a little dated. But if you watch it, you'll see how. But it's also a cozy old-timey movie.
Don't say cozy if you said outdated. Don't say cozy if you said outdated.
But like it does have a lot of interesting things that like gives Hollywood's perspective about Florida in the 1950s before it became like Miami. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then if you do like film, if film is your thing, there is a new film that was just done by an upcoming filmmaker, Caitlin Lackner. And she created a film called The Barefoot Mailman, The Legend. So it's about hidden treasures, hidden wealth left by
like little secrets. That makes sense. If I had to travel for that long, I'd probably leave little things behind, like little things for myself.
Yeah. So it's like a treasure hunt film.
That's cool.
So it's cool. It's like...
Is it like a documentary or is it a film?
It's a film. Oh. Yeah. Anyway, if you're interested in watching that, you can look her up, Caitlin Lackner, and see how the film progresses. And I think it's called High Tide Cinema is where you can watch her stuff. And it's cool because it shows how the myth of the Barefoot Mailman just progresses and pursues even
that's
today.
Crazy.
And that is the story I have for you on the BFs, the Barefoot Mailman.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big BF.
I've been listening to on Audible, not sponsored, Dungeon Crawler Carl. And if you are a fan of that, you know that the feet thing is a thing. If you know, you know. If you don't know, again, not sponsored in any way, just like it a lot. Dungeon Crawler Carl, you gotta read / listen to that and get on my level. Get on my level.
No, not those feet.
Okay, then you'll never know the glory.
I'm okay with that.
You'll never know the glory.
Oh, feet? Yeah, no. You just said it was a big theme, and I'm not into that. Wow, that's crazy. Also pigeons. And
wow.
And I feel like, I don't know, like how, I'm curious about how their families felt. Like, was it a them decision or was the family like were they poor families? Were they families from like, you know, middle class? Like what, like why would someone want, other than cash, because cash was good, but like, was there another incentive?
Well, first thing, I didn't check in on everybody, but they had some things they had were like a contract where you became, and you talked about like sick days and stuff. And
yeah.
So they had contracts. So you had to sign the contract. Then you had to have 2 people sign in addition to you because the U.S. Postal Service wanted to make sure things got on time, you know, like rain, shine, whatever. So if you were sick, where if you broke your leg, you do whatever, then whoever signed the contract with you, they'd be called to the line of duty. So, yeah. So some of them, that is the way that they became enrolled. And that I didn't look into every single one after a period.
So they all kind of knew each other.
Some might have, some might not have.
Oh.
Because again, some people too, either this is the first time this position was posted and oh my God, this is so much money, you know, how bad could it be? And then some are new to the area. So it's like, this is their first gig, you know, this is their first way to establish.
Yeah, if you don't really have a house anyway, if you're traveling for like a week at a time, it's like, oh, well, it doesn't really matter.
It's just like working a cruise ship. You know, like you're on the ship.
Yikes.
But you're on the cruise ship. You're just making money. You know? You're not really spending a lot of money.
Right.
Or whatever. And you're living off the land. So for the most part, so you have a lot that you can really take home.
Yeah, I wonder if it's like, because if they got it down to a week, so that means that it took 7 or, well, like they would rest on the 7th day, but how would they not, I guess they wouldn't work on like one day out of the week. But how, like at night, they would find a place to sleep, right?
So there's
wherever it was.
In nature. Yeah, I'd be curious. I definitely don't think this was a thing ever. If they had like a little hut or something that was built along the way, like that to me would make sense.
I have a feeling that maybe like, especially if one of them was like doing it for a while, I wouldn't put it past anyone to not.
Each one was doing just a year.
Really?
Every single
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like if it's a week, like you do, it takes a week to do it. So a week throughout the year, I'm sure someone made something, a hammock or whatever it is. I'm sure because or they brought like the little like travel pack or something with them.
Yeah.
I do not know these things, but that's crazy. Wouldn't recommend it. Wouldn't do it.
If this is on Indeed.com today, we'd write a review and say, do not take this job unless you have been training in the military for years and know how to handle yourself.
Did she just shake everything?
She shook everything.
Our dog just walked by and moved everything. She's going.
It reminds me of Babe, that scene where he's in the house because he was sick. And then he walks through the yard and he's like tiptoeing through the yard. So
cute. What a cute movie.
Then he messes it up and the paint gets all over him with the yard. It's adorable.
So that was really interesting. I'm really interested for the next episode.
Mm-hmm. Next episode, we're going to be talking about the mailman who didn't make it. And the mysteries and the mysteries and unsolved mysteries behind his disappearance.
Suspicious.
Yes.
Well, that was extremely interesting, and thank you, U.S. Postal Service workers, because even though now they travel by car, that's a lot.
Yeah. Thank you, U.S. Mail.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, Angelica, thanks.
Thank you. Thanks for listening. Thanks, everyone, for listening to us. I hope you are watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify.
Or watching on Spotify.
Make sure to comment below. Like we said, thank you again, Joey, for this awesome suggestion. If you guys have any suggestions on stories, feel free to let us know. You can email us at info@thisisimprov.com, or you can just literally comment below in the comment below.
You can direct message us through our Instagram or through our YouTube or anything like that. Just send it in, because you can either stay anonymous if you don't want to be named, or we can shout you out here and you guys can listen to your stories.
And we would love to shout you out because you deserve it.
Yeah. All right. Well, my name's Alexandra.
And I'm Angelica.
And this is Legends of Yesterday. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.